So here is Moodle, and so the first thing you do is when you get to the account, you turn editing on, and then you can hide whatever, because there is a lot of material here. You can hide them so that they don't, and like this one, you can hide those ones that can be hidden. You hide, and you can also hide this. So you hide all the stuff that the students does not need to see. Remember, you should not hide the quizzes. So that means you don't hide the topic, you only hide the subtopics, because if you hide the topic, the quiz will also be hidden. So you leave the quiz unhidden, and then you hide the notes. Everything that is provided you hide except for the quiz. So that's a quiz, I don't need to hide it, and then I hide this one, and I need to hide this. I also hide this, and I hide all these. You hide them. So you go up to the end. There are quite many for this particular subject, so but don't get tired, just hide them, and we are done. So now the next thing that you do is you need to create an activity for the exam. So you create add activity, and then you scroll down and you create a quiz activity. So we are going to use the quiz activity, and we can call this one now MSF 502 Econometrics 1 examination. Okay. And then you upload here, you upload the instructions. You get the instructions. I think I have some instructions here. That's for open book. I'll just copy them. So I will copy all the instructions. And so these are instructions for the multiple choice. So this is not, you will be provided with a correct set of instructions. So you copy this. These are just the instructions for the last trimester. We are editing them, and then we take them to Moodle, and you can paste them here, and you have here to put instructions. And you can center. So instructions. I think it's also wise to put the time here. So time is 1 hour. 1 hour. So after you do that, that's okay. And let's remove some unnecessary things here. So make sure you select so that it is displayed. Of course, this is just an example, so we will change this. The contacts will be for School of Business, so we will not be using that. Then the timing, here you select the timing and the date they start. For example, this exam is being done on let's say 27th of August, and the students will access it from morning 8:30. All multiple choices are will be accessed from 8 a.m. to 8:30 and up to the same day, 27th of August. At the deadline for accessing is 11:30. It's 2.5 hours, so I think it's 10. Okay, here it's 30. So here it is 2 hours. They have 2.5 hours to access the exam. So up to 8:30 enable, and this one is going to be 60 minutes, or so, which is the same as 1 hour. Then here you select open attempts are submitted automatically, and here you make sure that they are only allowed one attempt. Okay, then for the layout, click more and select sequential. That is very important. And then behavior here, leave it as it is, and then review, remove everything and check everything, because this is the final exam. The students will get the marks from the lecturers after we mark, so everything is removed there. They don't need to see the marks that they score. The rest can stay as it is. You don't need to change anything. Let me be sure about the timing by checking the timetable. Excel. So from the timetable, the exam for econometrics 1 will be done 6 to 8:30, not 8 a.m. So I have to change the time here. It is 6, so here we set 6 is 18 to 8:30, that is 20. So they have 2.5 hours to access, and everything else we had selected, you save and return. So now we have set the exam activity. It is this one over here, the activity. So now we want to upload the questions. So you click on it, on this, and then there are no questions there. So what you do is you come here first and create the category. You go to the categories, and then you create a category. You see here there are so many categories. Be careful. I want to restrict myself to the category for econometrics exam. So I can create a category here, and I will select the exam, this one, top 4 MSF 5.1, and I call this one MSF 502 examination or exam. It doesn't matter. At least you are the one setting it, so you will remember. Save that. After you create a category, the next step is to import questions. You see here there are 0 questions. Import questions here. So you click import, scroll down. Now depending, if it is if it is the XML, you select Moodle XML, and then you come to in general and select the category you want the questions imported. We said MSF 502 exam, and check that, and then here you can now select the file. You can just come choose file and choose file again, And you can go for mine. I'll have, I think it's around here. So I can go to where my exam is. Since this is for illustration, I'll just use some of what I have. And let's assume that this is the exam, multiple linear. So this one is XML. When you see white, it means it's an XML document. If it is XML, you will import. So we say upload. XML, you select Moodle XML. But it is also possible that the exam that you have is a Word document, Moodle to Word document. So in that case, when you select, you will choose your file. When you come to choose your file, you'll come here and you select now the Moodle file, and you say open, then you'll say upload. But then in your selection here, make sure you select Moodle 2010. So if it is a Word document, you select Moodle 2010. If it is XML, you select Moodle XML for uploading. And then you say import. And now you'll see the number of questions imported. There are 30. There are no errors. See that green thing? There are no errors. So you import, you say continue. And now these are your questions. So you have the questions in the database. Now you need to go back to the exam and import the questions. So click on econometrics examination. And now you see it says there are no questions added yet. Press edit quiz. And then here, the master students will be doing 20 questions, each 1 mark. So here you put 20 marks. You save that. And then make sure you shuffle the questions. Okay. Here you select, you either select questions from question bank or a random question. The random question is the better one. Now, so you come here and select the category where the exam is, and it is here with 30 questions. So you want to select how many questions. So you scroll down and you select the number of questions students should do are 20, but in the database you have 30 questions. So then you say add random. So the questions have been added. Okay, those are the questions. But it may happen that this number of questions in the question bank is exactly equal to 20. If the number of questions in the question bank are 20, then when you are adding, you select add and select from question bank. And then from here, when you select here, you now select all the questions, because you will have, this one has 30 questions, but you may have a case where the question bank has 20 questions. Like if we assume this is the exam, this one has got 20 questions. So you see now, this one, you cannot sample 20 questions for 20, because you want students to do 20 questions from a set of 20. So you can't sample that. So in such a case, you simply select all the 20, and then you say add to selected questions to quiz, and then they will be added. Okay, so after you have done that, you are basically done with the quiz, with the questions. And you can, if you want to see whether the questions have loaded properly, you can just come to exams, and now you can preview. But I think you don't need to do that. So that's how you upload the questions, and now the students are ready to do the exam. So that is it. Thank you.